Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the English rendering of the Quran Back to Basics. Surah 2, verse 143, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thus have we made of you an ummat justly balanced, the ummatan wasatan, that you might be witnesses over the nations and the messenger a witness over yourselves. And we appointed the Qibla to which you are used only to test those who followed the messenger from those who turn on their heels from the faith. And this is a very important principle, and let's just look at a brief sketch over here. What does it mean that you are the ummatan wasatan? What does it mean that you are the balanced ummah? What does this mean? Let's look at the graphs. Take any bell-shaped curve. If you do basic mathematics, you will understand the basic curve is known as a normal curve. Right. This is known as the average, the midpoint. Right. And this applies, if you can do so many demographic studies, it applies to so many things in life. If you take the height of people, this is the average height of people, then you get, so 90% of the people will fall within one standard deviation, or 99% within two standard deviations, right? These are all standard deviations. But then you have extremes. On the small side of the curve, you have extremes. We have some people who are very, 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 very short, but there's few of them, but extremely short. And you have some people who are very, 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 very tall, but a very small number of people who are very, very tall. Then let's say you do another test. You say, okay, let's now measure the weight of people. So now you measure the weight of people. Then you find that the majority of people got an average weight. They fall in the middle of the graph, known as the average. This is average. But some people, very, very small number of people are extremely thin, and some people, very small number of people, are extremely fat, and this is known as the bell curve, and it applies to so many things as long as you have a big enough data that you have. And this is what is referred to. Now these points here are known as the extreme points. They are not known as the average points. These extreme points are far removed from the average, the middle point. The midpoint is known as the ummatan wasatan, the ummah. The Muslims follow this middle point. Muslims are not extremists. Muslims are not extremists on the right, and they cannot be extremists on the left. They hold a middle ground here, over here. And a simple way to understand that is also known as the Goldilocks principle. Now, if you remember the story that you learned in grade school, in nursery school, it was Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Right, to cut a long story short, we all know the story. Goldilocks, a small girl with a beautiful golden hair, got lost in the forest. She was hungry. And meanwhile, the three bears, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear, were living in a house, right, in the forest. And then little Goldilocks, Mama Bear made porridge that morning. And then there was a bowl of porridge for Mama Bear, a bowl of porridge for Papa Bear, and a bowl of porridge for Baby Bear, right? In fact, I should do it the other way around. Mama Bear, Baby Bear, and then Papa Bear here. That's Papa Bear. So porridge was very, very hot. So they went out for a walk. When they went out for a walk, Goldilocks came into the house. She was hungry, so she found some food on the table. So she tasted Mama Bear's porridge. It was very, very hot, so she couldn't drink it. Then she went to Papa Bear's porridge. It was very, very cold, so she didn't drink it. Then she went to Baby Bear's porridge, and it was just right. It was just the right temperature she wanted, and she drank the whole bowl. That was the middle porridge that she drank. So as Muslims, we follow the Goldilocks principle. We take Baby Bear's porridge, which is the right temperature. It is neither too hot nor too cold. So Muslims are not extremists. If any Muslim is an extremist, then they are not following the command of the Quran, which says that we have made of you an ummat justly balanced, that you might be witnesses over the nations and the messenger a witness over yourselves. And we appointed the Qibla to which you are used only to test those who followed the messenger from those who turn on their heels from the faith. Stay well, look after yourself. So remember, extremism is not part of the faith of Islam. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And this is evidence and proof from the